welcome to One Good Life. In this channel, we draw insights from modern science and ancient wisdom that can help us live a happy and meaningful life. I'm back after a while. I took a break to sort of rethink how to move forward with the channel. I also was in Argentina visiting family and friends for 2 months. And my camera broke. I'm in the process of fixing it. So for a little while, I'll be filming some of the next videos on my phone. I'm probably going to move towards a fortnightly routine with my videos, so I have a little more time to sort of think through the content that I want to put up. And as I ramp up my content and pre-film some things, then I can sort of move back towards the once per week schedule that I had before. So today I want to introduce a new playlist, a new sub area within the channel, which is the topic of biases, unconscious biases, and sort of like silos of opinion. In the modern age, using social media, we can fall into these sort of bubbles of thought, which definitely has been a problem for the entirety of history, but I feel is a little exacerbated by social media showing us content that we will engage with more, which means that we will agree with more and like and comment more, but also that will infuriate us and maybe make us reply in anger, or perhaps share it with friends in sort of an outraged reaction. So I believe that moving forward, we'll have to make a conscious decision to try to counter our biases and to try to sort of actively hear different opinions to ours. Of course, I'm sure we can all relate to the situation where we hear someone else speak and we identify a bias in their speech. It's always easier to identify sort of biases or a one-sided opinion, narrative, wording when it's about someone else and not from us. So in this series, I sort of want to talk more about why I think that's not great for us, not very practical, not a great way of moving forward with the world and creating lasting change in the world, why it leads to more conflict, ways in which we can counteract this, some tips from my personal experience, and I might also be inviting people over to speak in this channel and sort of give their opinions, their stories on this topic. I guess a disclaimer would be that we don't necessarily need to do this with every single topic. There might be areas that are very precious to us and maybe we don't necessarily want to change our opinion on. However, this is not about changing our opinion. It's more about sort of understanding different viewpoints on a topic, and at the very least have the language to be able to understand sort of common values, or even if the values aren't shared, to find the way of talking and having a productive conversation with someone we disagree with, even if we don't ever end up thinking the same as them. Some initial questions to prompt us to think in this direction would be to think of different friends that we have, or different people in our lives that we choose to be close with, who would probably disagree a lot on different topics. Perhaps thinking about different opinions that we have and considering whether we have friends that on all sides of the spectrum, whatever that means. They can be politically, socially, religiously, any topic that is dear to us. I grew up, especially in primary school, having friends from all sorts of backgrounds, and I believe that helped me find common grounds with people who have very different opinions with each other. And it has been a very useful tool in communicating and in being able to relate to sort of different parts of societies and different topics. Another question that can help us judge how diverse our environment is potentially whether all the different hobbies and interests, positions, opinions, whether we would be comfortable or think of discussing them with everyone in our lives. Perhaps if we have more of a diverse group of friends, there might be interests that we only share with some and not with the others, and that could be a good indication of us developing this more diverse environment, which isn't necessarily better or worse. So something I do myself in my social media is I consciously choose to follow people I disagree with. If I'm listening about a certain topic, perhaps a topic I'm new to and I don't know much about, I actively try to find people to follow who disagree with each other. Of course, I don't follow people who incite violence or anything too extreme, but I do make a conscious effort to get out of my comfort zone and really trying to understand where people are coming from with their opinions and how to connect with them. And sometimes that has led me to be able to sort of fill in the gaps and sort of informing someone about maybe some hidden spots that they might have regarding certain opinions of theirs. Of course, I'm sure I also have many hidden spots in mine, and I always love when people sort of show me a different perspective on a topic, even if I know a lot about it already. Recently, I heard about a news app which has the goal of showing you your blind spots in terms of political news, depending on the news source that you follow, right, left, or anything in between. Most of us would have certain blind spots, which are, for instance, certain news that tend to be covered by one side or the other more regularly. And I think, although it's hard to implement in practice, I think the mission is great. And I'm excited to keep talking more about this and maybe share ideas together on how we can counteract our own biases and from there move towards a world in which people can communicate better and where people tend less to extremist views and can come together and find some common ground. I'm excited to be back on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, leave your comments down below, and I would love it if you could subscribe to this channel so we can chat more about these topics, lifestyle, meditation, well-being, health, and many other things in weeks to come. See you soon.